Alright. Good evening. Today we're going to be doing the first of what should be a decent amount of hockey video. Today we're just going to do a normal standings look. Just take a look through the different standings in the NHL right now. Currently I am rather floored by the way these have turned out. At the beginning of the year, I had certain teams not even finishing the season with as many wins as they have now, and it has been all around rather interesting. Now, we're going to go through these teams one by one, and this is going to be a multi-part video because I do not have enough time to correctly go through all of these in the amount of time that one would listen to a video. So these are going to be multiple parts. So I'm actually going to switch over from wildcard. It's obviously the 2017-2018 season. We're going to go into conference league at some other point, but we're going to go to the division because when we go to division, then we can see the entirety of, this is where you get to see how dumb I am. I mean league, because league is where we get to see where every team is in relation to each other. We are going to start at the bottom and work our way up, analyzing each team. Now, this right now, as I'm looking at it, is actually, give me 2 seconds, I have to go lock my door. This, since the last time I looked, this has changed a little bit. So let's start with the bottom. Now normally, you'd be seeing this logo down here. Even though it is not, I am rather not surprised by the fact that this logo is only above this one, because this logo right here doesn't usually go very high. So let's start with Buffalo. Something I would like to say I wish I had never said. So they give us a lot of videos here, but it's to be expected. I don't really want the videos though. I would actually prefer this game center. So this is the breakdown of the game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Pittsburgh Penguins, a matchup that should by all means be equitable to the Boston Massacre. Now, I am unsure if I'm unsure of the entire roster at this point of either team. I am more familiar with the Penguins because they have recently played my team, the Boston Bruins. We're not going to watch any videos because they can tend to be loud, and some hockey announcers have voices that do not do well to the ears. So, oops, I hit the trackpad. We're going to go to team stats. Now, I'm going to take a look at the Sabres right here. Evander Kane. Evander Kane is a rather cocky player. That is not something I mean to say in a bad way. He just gets energized. But of all these statistics here, I think the most important one to look at would be these two right here. And the reason I say this is because that shows, for those of you not familiar with the NHL, this is a little more than normal time to be playing on the ice. And aside from people like Oposo, Evander Kane, and Jack Eichel are the only thing, and I mean the only thing, that the Buffalo Sabres have going for them. And this right here just shows how much they're leaning on these two players. And this will also show you how much they're leaning on them. 0 plus minus, I mean, plus minus is kind of an stat because so much goes into what happens, but it's really when your top third and fourth player combined have a plus minus of -4, and when your subsequent two collect that for a plus minus of -6, that is usually not a good thing. Again, for non-hockey players, plus minus is the addition of how many times you have been on the ice when goals are scored. So I'm on the ice when a goal gets scored, that's +1. I'm on the ice when a goal gets scored against me, -1. And at the end of the game, your total is your plus minus. So the Sabres, despite having some of the cooler jerseys in the NHL, have, I would say, the least depth, rivaling the Coyotes. Jack Eichel is one of the better rookies to come out during the McDavid season, but clearly overshadowed by McDavid. Evander Kane is a decent defenseman, but he would be second, third line on any other team. This is interesting for me. Normally the Penguins keep people to less than 30 shots. The Buffalo Sabres are disappointing. We'll end it at that. They aren't bad. Well, clearly they're bad because they're at the bottom of the league, but their biggest problem here seems to be depth. And more so than depth, I would say relying on their top two players as crutches. Eventually, that will come back to get them. So we will go back. And back one more time. League. Alright, well, because this was an introductory kind of thing, went a little long, I will continue. I'll probably get these three in the next one. So, until then, good night.